very, very successful real estate tycoon. But his popularity on YouTube stemmed from taking Harley Davidson motorcycles where no Harley Davidson motorcycle ever had any right being. What he's done is now he's gone and bought himself a $800,000 catamaran yacht, luxury yacht. All right, we are pulling into my favorite park because there's nobody here, and I am going to go chill out. So he's bought this $800,000 catamaran sailing yacht, and he knows nothing about sailing. He's a complete novice, and he intends to sail solo-handed from Australia to the Bahamas. But his guts and bravery is not his superpower. He's also wisely paying people to come and teach him and tutor him, and he's starting to take lessons. So briefly, if you haven't watched any of the videos where I'm out here at the Margate, Blount, Tequesta Indian Burial Mound Park, here's the 15-second skinny. In the 1940s, a farmer discovered a wooden burial crypt in his field, called in some archaeologists, and they discovered 50 or so Indian bodies buried here somewhere between 1,500 and 2,500 years ago. And now there's a park. I am gonna, perhaps wisely, fire up the thermocell because there's some gnats or bugs or something out here. I don't feel like dealing with that. So, Danny Hayes, $1 Million Bogan. What is his superpower? I noticed this when I used to watch him do the insane Harley Davidson stuff, taking the bike out in the mud and the dirt. My man has the infinite capacity to forgive himself for making mistakes. That is his superpower. The infinite ability to forgive himself for making mistakes. And it sounds so trivial, but I just marvel. Because I'm a perfectionist and I beat myself up. Do something dumb or I make a mistake, even if it's not a dumb mistake, just an error. Something I'm working on or practicing or trying to get better at, or perhaps something that I already am very good at. If I make a mistake or screw up, oh, I beat myself up. And I criticize myself, and I mentally criticize others when they make mistakes. I can be very judgmental. It's not the best way to be. It's not a good way to be. I understand that. But Danny does something really stupid and immediately forgives himself. He just says, I'm learning. He'll do the dumbest thing in the world and then just say, oh, I'm learning. It's amazing. It's really quite a gift. He'll do stuff that I'd be beating myself up over for days. And in a matter of seconds, he'll like, oh, stupid mistake, Danny. I'm learning. I'm learning. It's amazing to watch. And honestly, his learning curve is much steeper, I think, as a result. His ability to just forgive himself and move on and keep learning. I have seen other people like this, and not only have I criticized them for their mistakes, I've mentally criticized them for forgiving themselves too easily, which is kind of dumb because there ain't nothing wrong with it. It's actually a superpower. Can you believe I get this whole park to myself? What is this, a few acres? Nobody here but those bones of those Tequesta Indians. And they are very quiet. Well, okay, the birds are noisy. We got a lot of crowbrows. We got a lot of mockingbirds, which is a Florida state bird. This guy sitting up on the solar panel for this sign kind of looks like a blue jay, but maybe it's a young blue jay. He's just watching me. He's not blue. I don't think he's going to show up on this camera. Let me try the zoom. I never use the zoom on this camera because it's 4K. I might get you guys to be able to see him. I think it's a blue jay, but he's missing his little... No, now that he's flown away, I think that might have been a mockingbird. He just looked very different. Unlike, well, I gotta be honest, I haven't seen a mockingbird up particularly close, but his face looked kind of juvenile. Maybe it's just a baby. My buddy Doug's wife knows a lot about birds, and so does Doug. They keep birds, have had pet birds forever. They know a lot about birds. Maybe he'll be able to identify that. So I'm going to see if I can try to adopt some of this mindset, but I got to be honest with you, my friend. It's going to be very difficult for me. I'm so used to beating myself up, being critical, being unforgiving, having a very low tolerance for mistakes and errors, being critical of myself and others for being imperfect. Logically, I know that doesn't make any sense. Nobody is perfect. Everybody's learning. I don't know, maybe it was just the way I was raised. Forgot my tamper, so I'm using my EDC pen as a tamper. I'm learning. Dumb mistakes, Scott. I'm learning. I did recently just build this little pipe kit into a wallet. So a wallet and pipe kit combined here. And I forgot to put a tamper in. I'm learning. I'm going to work on that, my friend. You, let me know what you think down in the comments. Am I overly harsh on myself and others? I know the answer to that. Should I try to be more tolerant and forgiving of others who make mistakes? Well, obviously. Leave a comment down below and say, well, obviously. Should I learn to be more tolerant and forgiving of myself when I make mistakes? Yes, but that seems weak. That feels like it would be weak and counterproductive. But I can see in guys like Denny, good old Danny, it's a superpower. Out in the middle of that field over there is either a log or a piece of wood or an alligator. Right about there somewhere. But it's not moving, so it's probably not an alligator. But there is a nice sized pond lake over there. Oh, by the way, I was looking up the prices on those houses over there. Last time I was here, I thought those are probably $1 million houses. They are. 800, 900,000, $1 million. I think on one just sold recently for about $1 million. Just depends. It's on a cul-de-sac, which is nice. And they're a nice little traffic circle, little road circle there. So it's a little community, kind of like a cul-de-sac, but they got an island in the middle with landscaping. Maybe I can drive through there. I don't think they have a gated community. I could drive through there and see. That'd be cool. See what $1 million house looks like with a view out the back across the pond at the bones of the Tequesta. All right, I'm gonna chill out here and finish this pipe, but there's no reason to hold you up, and I'm sure you got other videos to watch. You got other comments on other videos to make. I'm sure you got other cool channels to go find and subscribe to. You'll find some cool videos to leave thumbs up on. Do me a favor, if you're not subscribed to this channel, please do not subscribe. We're trying to keep this channel obscure and unknown and unheard of, and we wouldn't want to trick the algorithm into suggesting it to other people, would we? No, we wouldn't want that. This is our own little private paradise. Kind of like this Margate, Blount archaeological site park. My buddy John, I think he watches all of my videos. He used to work with me before he moved away to Jacksonville. He got a kick out of that, me saying this is my own private park. But how can you argue with it? I've got this beautiful bench sitting next to these beautiful flowers and these bushes with this view of this nice field and all these birds, these beautiful old trees, ancient trees, on a piece of land that has been occupied by people provably for 2,000 years. Maybe it goes back 3,000 years. We don't know. I definitely suggest you watch that video if you're interested in seeing what this place used to look like. I got some historic photographs in there, and I got some historic aerial photography that shows you what this land used to look like when it was just farmland, and before that it was just scrub brush. Before it was a private park for the rich and famous. And me. Well, that pipe went quick. This is my Savinelli Bing's favorite, which I picked because my buddy Doug has this exact same pipe, and he's had it for quite a long time. I think he said it might have been his dad's or something. I forget. I can't remember. It's got a nice pipe, but I wanted a pipe just like that, and it is a great truck pipe, which is what it is for me because it's light. And the long stem keeps that bowl out of your face. It's light, so when you're driving, you can clench it. That's what it's called when you hold a pipe in your teeth. That's what it's called. You're clenching it. Clenching the pipe is light, so it doesn't start to make your jaw ache. All right, well, I'm not going to stick around for sunset because that's another hour away. It's only barely 7 o'clock, and sunset's after 8. And the pipe's over, so I'm going to go home and see what I can find for dinner. Started watching the latest version of Ewan McGregor and Charlie Borman's motorcycle series. They did, 20 years ago, they did Long Way Round, and they had Long Way Down and Long Way Up, and now they're doing Long Way Home. You can find free watchable video clips of those series on YouTube. I highly recommend checking them out. You don't have to be a motorcycle person to enjoy the friendship of Ewan and Charlie. But the new series is so far so good. I've only watched the first episode. The cinematography, the photography is great. I love the color grading they've chosen. Whoever's doing the editing and color grading on that, you get a double A+ from me. It looks beautiful. Every scene looks like it could be on Instagram. Looks like an Instagram filters on life. And I will say good night to you. Good night to the Tequesta. Good night, Denny. Denny, if you ever watch this video, highly unlikely that you're going to stumble across a video of some guy in Florida talking about you. But man, what can I say but good on you. Good on you, Danny. You've got a superpower. You've inspired me, mate. All right, my friend, thank you very much for sitting here with me and watching and bearing with me. I'll see you in the next video. Don't do anything I wouldn't do.